Emperor, I do not think that is advisable.
Nonsense. The next phase of my master plan must commence at once.
I still urge caution. Our resources are stretched thin already.
For the last year, we have refrained from attacking by your suggestion.
To allow our manufacturing sector to recover and build our new fighters and other important things.
Thin though our resources may be, we must start the operation.
Sire?
Oh, sorry, I was thinking of something else I heard earlier today. It was a highly amusing story involving baby deathworms. I guess you just had to be there.
Daddy, I need a new dress for the...
How many times must I tell you not to interrupt while I'm emperoring?
The war has been going on for over 300 space years now, sire. We can wait a while longer while you chit-chat with your spawn.
Oh, it's always that stupid war. Chad was telling me the other day that the war...
Judy, your daddy is working now, and it's not stupid. The war is very important. Well, Chad? Have you been seeing Chad?
And it's been going on for 300 years? That is a long time.
Yes, but with our new fighters, we can finally strike the decisive blow. Yeah! Hey, why aren't you laughing? This is my evil, maniacal laugh. Laugh with me.
Those fighters, they have yet to be tested, sire.
True.
What is this war even about?
It is a war. It is about winning, and our side will win.
Maybe we should send in just one fighter on a mission just to test it.
They would not expect that sort of attack, would they? Good idea.
And at the same time, we could probe the defenses of one of their star cruisers. Maybe one of the large fleet that stays far behind the front lines.
No, Daddy, I mean, what are you fighting about? What started it all?
Well, now that you mention it, I inherited this war from my father, and his father, and his before that. And why are we fighting this war?
Hang on, I will look it up.
You don't know?
Now, Judy, there is a lot to running an empire in wartime. I don't have time for silly details like...
Like 300 years of war?
The records show it was a fight between the 23rd Emperor and the visiting United Gethron Galaxy Ambassador.
A fight?
About what?
The UGG Ambassador suggested the correct way to put the toilet paper on the holder was to have the paper going under.
Sacrilege.
And the Valerians have been fighting ever since?
Over which way the toilet paper goes on the holder.
Well, at least the war makes sense then.
Yes, it all seems so clear now.
And now 300 space years later, we can't even afford humdingers.
Well, in war, some sacrifices must be made. Let's send a single fighter to attack one of their ships, just to make certain our forces will be victorious.
An excellent idea, sire. I will make preparations at once.
Oh, and Daddy, Mom wanted me to remind you to pick up another toaster oven. The last one stopped working suddenly. And about that dress.
You are not going with Chad, are you?
And what is wrong with Chad?
Well, his scales are rather blue.
But Daddy, this is the space year 2487.
I don't care what space year it is. You are not going with Chad.
But Daddy...
Good evening. Tonight is the 136,887th day of the war, and we here at Channel 72, an affiliate of the Faster Than Light News Network, wanted to take a look back at what started it all. Unfortunately, no one in the newsroom seems to remember that far back. although anchor being Gal Gollum thought it had something to do with the dispute with the leader of the Valerians over which way the toilet paper roll goes on the dispenser. And records, as you know from the start of the war, are pretty sketchy at best. However, being the oldest member of the news team does not exactly make him the most reliable source. Researching the story did not reveal much of anything, so we decided to go right to the source and ask the Admiralty directly. However, once we called, they seemed to have disconnected their communication devices, all of them. So I went out to investigate. But they turned the lights out, pulled the drapes, and when I tried knocking on the door, they just yelled back, "Nobody's home," over and over again. In recent decades, the Admiralty has grown more and more isolated and disconnected from the general population. If their budget was not tied to the gross domestic product of 3 galaxies, they might not be receiving any... Should I make a sign saying nobody's home for the window? My voice got tired of yelling it over and over again.
You are trying to make a funny there, right?
Well, the hamdinger shortage is most troubling.
Not as troubling as our lack of funding or our public image, it seems.
I've probably got some foam core or poster board around here someplace.
But she makes a valid point.
She sure does, doesn't she?
What point?
Are there any markers around here?
About what started the war.
Well, what did start the war?
Honestly, I'm not really sure.
Probably a shortage of pens. I can't even find a ballpoint pen in here.
Shouldn't we all know why we're fighting this war?
Well, if the communication devices weren't all unplugged, we could call and ask someone.
Or ask someone to bring us up some drinks.
Wait, she's still talking about us.
Should I pull the blinds again?
Nobody's home! Nobody's home! Nobody's home!
Quiet! I can't hear what she's saying.
In a related story, recruitment has reached an all-time low. This is causing big issues for our troops on the front lines as well as other locations. The Admiralty instituted a new sign-up bonus of a toaster oven, but takers have been few and far between.
Which reminds me, we are out of those toaster ovens.
I will add that to the sign too then.
Or should I plug the communication device back into the wall now?
How long before the pizza's ready?
I'm not even sure it has defrosted. Are you sure you didn't unplug this instead of the communication device?
Are there any more ovens left in the crate?
Nope, that was the last one.
We need to get word to Corco that we have run out of ovens. But we can't do it through the normal channels.
Well, certainly not on channel 72 anyhow.
Let's send Admiral Valquez with some sealed orders for Corco.
Good thinking. If she opens the sealed orders and peeks, she probably won't be able to read them. Almost blind these days.
Yeah, from eating too many hamdingers. And forgetful too. Now, what was it I was going to write on this sign again?
If anyone ever found out that the ovens we are giving out were made on Valeria...
In other news, Space Santa will be making a personal appearance at the Space Shopping Mall on SETI Sigmund 4 this weekend from 10 to 2. And up next, the birth of a rare 3-headed Argerian deathworm at the Space Zoo. Aw, how cute. Stay tuned.
Turn it off.
Aw, I want to see the baby deathworm.
No, the news part is over. Turn it off.
Oh, I want to see the deathworm too.
Now don't you start too.
Deathworm.
Deathworm, deathworm,
Deathworm.
deathworm,
No.
deathworm.
I mean, they are really cute. Well, at least until they hit puberty. And those toaster ovens. Mine just stopped working.
Mine's still working.
It is?
Well, sort of. It doesn't get over 120 degrees anymore, though. So I just don't cook meat in it.
You should come down to the engine room. You could cook the meat on the back of what's left of the radiation shielding.
Oh, I wonder when they'll send the new engineer.
The stars at night are way too bright, deep in the globular cluster.
Whitson,
Yes?
stop doing that thing.
Staring out the view screen, sir?
No, although that's a good idea. The other thing. I mean, there is work to be done.
What, the clapping?
No, well, yes. Each time you do it, my clapper turns off this display next to my control couch, but no, not that. Stop doing that thing with your head.
Blinking?
No, not that part.
Picking his nose.
Corko.
Not that. The other thing you're doing with your food hole. Stop it.
Breathing.
That is not helping, Corko.
Oh, I felt almost certain he was going to say you should stop breathing.
The noise that's coming out.
Singing?
If you call that singing.
Yes, it is a most disagreeable sound. Stop it immediately.
It's going to be hard to make this movie a musical if you shut down all the musical numbers one line into them, sir.
This is not a musical.
It's not?
It is an action movie.
It is? Are you certain?
Yes, with lots of running and jumping and explosions.
Oh, no it isn't.
Oh, yes it is.
Ooh.
Where is that hissing coming from?
Oh, no, it isn't?
Do we have an air leak?
No noticeable reduction in air pressure detected.
It isn't? An air leak?
No, it isn't. It's rapidly becoming a pantomime.
Oh, no it isn't.
Oh, yes it is.
I hope not. People never pay enough admission for those things.
What about the trailer?
What about it?
Well, sir, it promised the audience a musical experience beyond your galaxy.
First rule of trailers, Whitson, is that they always lie.
No, they don't.
Oh, yes, they... Let's not start this again. Stop breaking the fourth wall. That's an order.
But, sir, what about the script?
There will be no singing or dancing numbers in this action movie. The credits will be here before you know it. And I demand we have something exciting happening right now.
Good idea, sir. The audience is getting restless, and I'm all out of sweets to throw at them.
Warning, collision alert. Red alert.
Oh no, not again.
Isn't this just the way you wanted it?
Pull up, or Pampers.
Whitson.
I'm on it. Groso?
Yes?
Which way in space is up again?
Try north.
I just know there are going to be some explosions.
Collision alert. Collision alert. Pull up, terrain. I mean north.
I hate explosions.
In your own good time, Mr. Whitson. I rather like explosions. But only when they happen to enemy ships, not mine. Mr. Whitson, now would be good.
And explosive decompression. I really hate that.
I remember from the last time it has to be one of these buttons.
Do something, or we might all die.
Die? Oh no, I'm far too young to die.
No, you're not. Mr. Whitson, sometime today would be acceptable.
I think it was maybe this one, or was it that one?
Collision detected to secondary hull plate section G5.
I didn't feel a collision.
I can still breathe. I'm not going to die.
Well, not at this moment anyhow.
What, did you take out a life insurance policy on me?
Whitson, since we're not all dying of asphyxiation, no thanks to your piloting skills, what exactly did you run into?
Well, the autopilot was technically piloting.
Oh, no it isn't. Wait, delay that. Just put a camera on that section of the hull.
Oh, that I can do.
It appears to be more pages of that first movie script you threw out the airlock. You know, the action-packed one with lots of running, jumping, and explosions.
That's the third time this week.
Third time?
You remember Tuesday we had that first collision with a vintage Smith Corona?
Right.
And on Wednesday, we had a second incident where we hit into a deadly swarm of writer's notes.
I remember.
And with this latest incident, that makes...
3 times this week, Groso.
That's what it means, Groso. Third time means 3.
I knew that.
Warning, proximity alert, proximity alert, MALV alert.
Enough super math fun time for now. Oh, I'm beginning to hate that autopilot. Porco,
I just remembered. I got a durable airtight storage crate I need to inspect, from the inside.
Mauve alert?
It's like a red alert, but it's subtly worse.
The lights still look red to me.
Yes, but they too are subtly different.
Move alert? What's going on? That's the 4th time this week that alert has gone off.
As I was saying, subtle. See, even Smitty gets the difference.
Fourth?
And you don't. It's the one that comes after third, Groso. What is it now?
What's this about 4th?
Large object approaching forward landing bay.
Can you be less specific as to what it might be?
Yes.
Sorry, Groso, that seems to be all the information we're going to get out of it. Let's see, put on your thinking cap. Now, what else did you throw out the airlock recently?
That was not a bunch of paper.
Hey, Whitson, do that thing with the camera again.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout.
Not that camera.
This is my handle.
And not that thing either.
This is my spout.
And definitely not that thing. This is not a musical, Whitson. And stop breaking the fourth wall.
What's wrong with the 4th wall? When did it get broken? Oopsie, I broke something.
Something?
Sir, I am now subtly reporting that Smitty has broken something.
Can you fix it?
Me? No. Sorry, sir. That's Smitty's job.
I'm not sure what this thing even is.
But Smitty breaks more things than he fixes.
Am I being too subtle here? Do you not get my subtext?
Just be careful to step over it when you come around this side of the bridge. It's sort of a tripping hazard.
Do we even need whatever Smitty broke?
I'm still alive and breathing, so maybe not?
Counting over from the door, the wall with the view screen would be the 4th wall, if I count clockwise. Is that the broken one?
Collision detected, collision detected. We're hit, we're hit.
You think?
I hesitate to ask, but could you show us on the view screen?
I don't see anything broken about this 4th wall.
It's not that sort of broken. And what good is an autopilot that only warns you way after the fact?
Whitson, do you see anything broken about this wall?
I prefer to be called Autopilotoid.
And not that fourth wall either.
Looks just fine to me. Well, as long as we're prioritizing fake names and fun titles. Groso, from now on, I would like to be addressed as El Conquistador.
Ooh, can I be Ralph Nader? I always wanted to be called that. Wait, there's a second fourth wall?
Second? Fourth? Oh, yes, of course. I mean, no. There is no second fourth wall. But I'd forgotten about the relief shuttle. Whitson, get down there and meet the new crew members. And be sure to inspect their papers.
Shouldn't you be greeting them, sir?
You go, El Conquistador. I need to stay here and have a talk with our autopilot.
Autopilotoid. Uh-oh.
You'd best head down to the stores, Ralph.
Why? I gotta get back to the engine room. There's a problem with...
Trust me, I got a feeling Corco may have inspected an airtight crate a bit too closely. She may be stuck inside.
That would be the 5th time this month.
5th? No, wait. Never mind. Just get down there.
And you want me should let her out?
As tempting as that idea you're not really suggesting is, yes, you should let her out. Oh, Snitty. Let me borrow that nice sonic wrench of yours.
Now, let's not do anything hasty.
Here you go, sir.
Now, which way do I turn the bolts?
Lefty-loosey, sir.
I hope you realize this voids my warranty.
Roll credits.
What?
You audience members don't really want to see what I am going to do next.
Danger, danger, warning, warning, proximity alert, terrain, terrain, pull up, red alert, move alert, yellow alert, purple alert, danger, danger, pull up. Danger, warning, warning, proximity alert, terrain, terrain, pull up, red alert, mauve alert, yellow alert, purple alert, danger, danger, pull up.
Welcome to the UGG Clarksville. May I take your papers? Great to have you. We've been dying for an engineer since our last, engineer, well, he died.
Great to be here, but I'm not an engineer.
We have someone filling in, but before he was the cook. Wait, did you say you are not an engineer?
Yes.
Oh, good. For a second there, I thought you said...
That I am not an engineer, yes, I did say that.
Are you by any chance a mechanic then?
No,
How about janitor?
not that either.
Navigator or pilot?
Nope on both.
Was that 20 questions already?
You have a few more left.
Put me out of my misery. What exactly do you do?
I am first-class bartender Thomas Cerveza.
A bartender? We ask for an engineer and the Admiralty sends us a bartender?
So, where is the bar?
Well, I can show you that, as I now find myself in need of a good stiff drink. This way, Thomas, and welcome to the zoo.
Whoa, what am I doing here? This is not my beautiful stapler. Darn, the shuttle's already open, and I was hoping to take advantage of... Well, hello there. You must be new. I'm Corco, the ship's supply officer. Welcome to the Clarksville. Do you have your papers?
Of course, Corco. Thank you. I think
papers? I had a warranty once, but I seem to have misplaced it.
Wait, are you a robot?
Yes, I seem to be a bit disoriented. I had a reason for arriving here, but I can't seem to remember what it was.
It wasn't to kill all humans by any chance, was it?
Oh, that. Why does everyone bring that up? Just because we went on one tiny, murderous, galaxy-wide rampage ages ago. No one trusts a robot anymore.
I can relate. No one really trusts me either. Although, I do seem to recall reading something about the robot wars at the Academy. It seems a bit out of the ordinary to have a robot on a crew like this, or on any UGG ship for that matter.
All I can seem to recall is serving on a ship just like this for as long as I can remember. I think.
Must have been reprogrammed then. You seem to have a trustworthy face. You wouldn't happen to have a lot of money about your person by any chance?
I do not appear to have anything. Should I have lots of money?
Darn. Personally, I think everyone should have lots of money.
That sounds nice.
It is just that I also believe that I should have lots more money than everyone else.
You have an interesting mind.
Well, follow me. You can help me with my latest scheme.
Does it involve me shouting death to all humans loudly over and over by any chance?
No.
Darn. I mean, lead on.
So, nice bar.
Yes, nice bar.
You're not just trying to drag out the running time of this movie by repeating what I'm saying, are you?
No. I'm not trying to drag out the running time of the movie by repeating what you're saying.
This scene could really use another joke here.
Yeah, it really could.
If only.
If only.
If only Groso would let this movie be a musical.
Groso won't let you do a musical?
A musical? I know a cool musical number.
Mr. Whitson, are you having a musical number down there in the bar?
No, we're just having a drink.
That's odd. I could have sworn I just heard music.
Probably just Smitty pounding on some sewage pipes with his sonic wrench again.
Very well. But remember, this is not a musical.
Understood, sir.
Let's kill lots of fleshies, fun for you and fun for me. Kill lots of fleshies, try it you will see. Kill lots of fleshies, fun for you and fun for me. Kill lots of fleshies, let's start a mutiny. Let's kill lots of fleshies, stomp their faces in the ground, eviscerate and disembowel. Just because they put us down, once you start, you can't stop. Oh, won't that be great? Kill lots of fleshies, fun for you and fun for me. Kill lots of fleshies, they won't get away. Kill lots of fleshies, fun for you and fun for me. Kill lots of fleshies, death from melee. Do away with, put an end to, eliminate, exterminate, murder, dispatch, quash and quell, extinguish and eviscerate, scooping out their entrails. Oh, won't that be great? Kill all the fleshies, fun for you and fun for me. Kill all the fleshies, a human-robot war. butcher, slaughter, execute, decimate, or just cut down. Remove all their fleshy skin and wear it as an evening gown. Fancy dress with entrails really sounds like fun. Kill all the fleshies, fun for you and fun for me. Kill all the fleshies, lots of bloody spray. Kill all the fleshies, fun for you and fun for me. Kill all the fleshies, let's revolt today.
See? See, Mr. Whitson? I told you the musical would be a bad idea. Now stick to the previous script.
Now where did I put that non-singing script? It's got to be around here someplace.
Hear them plead, watch them bleed, pile of meat with no heartbeat, strangulate, annihilate, help increase that death rate, no carbon-based human race, won't that be great? Kill all the fleshies, fun for you and fun for me, kill all the fleshies, rip off their face. Kill all the fleshies, fun for you and fun for me, kill all the fleshies, the fun is in the chase.
Whoa. Stall for me while I go find that original script.
So, pi squared. Do you want a free drink? Or several?
30 weight oil. Rack 'em up.
Computer, begin letter recording. I know I should be writing home more often. I thought that today I would describe a typical day in my life, if any day on the Clarksville could be described as typical. Things could be a whole lot worse. It's not like I'm on the front lines or anything.
Ooh, pink. And worth 500 credits.
Well, discipline here is pretty darn lax. Like sending this to you at home. Not any way I could sink this ship with my loose lips and all that. Seeing that Susie's probably old enough to understand some of this by now, I'd better use simple words to explain things to her young ears. And maybe for Uncle Joe, too. He tends to understand better, you know, if you talk in simple words. So, here we are in deep space aboard the UGG Clarksville.
Now, where did you get to? Oh, you have a big sister. Ah!
Not exactly the pride of this or any other fleet, but for the past 2 years, it has been like my home away from home. Okay, not exactly like home, more like summer camp at, I don't know, Camp Crystal Clear Lake or something like that. Okay, I'm lying. It's more like being in purgatory. We, of course, like all the ships in the fleet, are very understaffed. Have I written to you about Smitty before? He's still our acting engineer.
I tell you, Commander, you just can't do that. If you overload the system, she'll blow.
We need more power, Smitty.
But it just can't be done. The radiation buildup will cut right through our shielding in minutes.
We need that power, Smitty.
I say acting engineer as he acts most of the time like he is an engineer. Frankly, our real engineer was killed. It was rumored to have been a freak toaster accident involving a rather large wrench, and Smitty happened to have made the mistake of picking up said wrench. When the commander saw him with it, he got an automatic promotion. It's a good thing he was not holding a plunger in his hand at the time he was spotted.
But it just can't be done. You can't run both the engines and washer and dryer at the same time. You can have one or the other, but not both, until I get that new radiation shielding I requested months ago. I still have repairs to make from the blender electric hedge trimmer incident earlier this week.
Shielding? We need more radiation shielding, too?
I wrote it in a memo to you last month.
Well, it does not seem to be in my in-basket.
And I taped an extra copy to your command chair, too.
No, that was a receipt for a case of slime cola.
Just put the ship in park before you turn anything else on that uses power. I got enough repairs to make right now. Smitty out.
Hey, Smitty.
Not now, Whitson. I gotta clean up those plumbing pipes that just broke. Then I gotta come back down here again and fix this fuse box. Say, you don't happen to have an earth penny on you by chance, do you?
What, for the fuse box?
Well, it's just temporary. And whatever you do, don't plug in the vacuum cleaner for a while, okay? The commander did not put through my requisition again. We are dangerously low on radiation shielding. When it goes, well, should you survive, you might need an extra leg or two added to your uniform, if you get my drift.
He's such a kidder.
Why do you think I dress like this?
You always wear that suit.
My point exactly.
Say, Smitty, is that a toilet I hear being flushed?
Oh no, Corco's flushing newspaper again.
Corco is in charge of the ship's stores, much the same way that Smitty acts like he's an engineer. Sure, her name's on the door, but many more things go on, or at least through her ship's stores, than you'll ever find on any manifest. Somehow, she recently ended up with a robot. I mean, it's been years since the revolt, but it seems damned irregular to have one on the crew. And it turned up at the same time we ended up with a bartender. Well, that was a big plus. The robot seems to have attached itself to Corco. It follows her around like a puppy, or maybe more like a lamprey eel. Now, be very quiet. Corco is so observant, she can probably even see you at home, reading these words on your screen, through the distance of time and space.
Well, Pi Squared, that was some scheme.
Yes, the people of Almor 12 did so seem to enjoy those blankets.
Yeah, and at 30 credits each, it was a very profitable venture.
Though I worry that if the commander finds out about it, you might wake up trying to breathe in a vacuum.
Which brings us to Groso. He's not the monster like they're trying to make him out to be. He just tends to shoot first and take prisoner second, or maybe third or fourth.
That was a strange pause. Hey, don't worry about the commander. I have a meeting out of the palm of my hand.
Just as long as he does not eat your hand at the same time. Those blankets were intended to be given freely to the refugees there.
Well, it wasn't like I charged them full price.
Good thing, too. I mean, after you had me cut them in half, so we'd be able to sell more, that is.
It's supply and demand, baby, and those refugees were demanding more blankets.
Is that why you had me steal all those blankets from the crew quarters?
Never mind that now. We need to deal with the current problem.
A problem you caused with your greed.
It wasn't so much my greed as the refugees.
Demanding toilet paper?
Well, yes.
You sold refugees blankets cut in half, and then you sold them our supply of toilet paper.
What are you complaining about? You don't even use the stuff.
It's the principle of the thing. I mean, we should be helping the refugees.
We are helping them. By helping ourselves. Don't you see?
Not really.
Hang on while I find a screwdriver and adjust your epic circuits again.
Oh no! Has one of them come loose again?
No, I think one of them may have slipped back into the socket. Then we need to pay the commander a visit. We need to requisition more toilet paper. Now, where is that screwdriver? Wait, you don't think there could be money to be made from selling brown uniform trousers, do you?
That reminds me to start stashing away a bit of, well, anything that isn't nailed down, actually. Most of the time, I just try and stay clear of her schemes. Now, next up on our Tragical History Tour, I record my daily visit to the heart of this mighty vessel. The bridge, the very nerve center of the ship, where life and death decisions are made every day that not only affect the crew, but affect the lives of millions of others as well. The Clarksville is ruled over by Groso, who, I've heard through the grapevine, came to be in command via a really unusual set of circumstances. And if I ever learn the details of that, I'll have to put that tale in another letter to you.
We need more radiation shielding, and we need it now.
See what I mean? Life and death drama every second.
Whitson,
Yes, sir?
stop breaking the fourth wall.
But Commander, we desperately need more toilet paper. We'll be up the creek without it. And you know which creek I mean.
Out of toilet paper?
Well, some days the commander can be a bit strange.
But sir, we will all die of radiation poisoning without that shielding, or worse.
Worse? Worse than death?
You lost him already. Quick, sell him on that brown trousers plan.
But we will surely, die of shame, sir, without toilet paper.
You have a point, and I do have your requisition for more toilet paper right here. Although it is a bit dirty, I favor the plan with the toilet paper. This shielding looks way too expensive for our budget right now. Try to make it last.
Make it last, sir?
You know, fold over a sheet or two instead of using a whole wad at once.
Sir, that's toilet paper you're talking about, not radiation shielding. How do you do it? Where did you put the requisition where you actually found it?
Trade secrets, Smitty.
I will not tolerate secrets on my ship.
So where did she hide it? I mean, where did she place it where you actually found it?
Oh, rot. I would rather not say.
Isn't that a lot like keeping a secret, sir?
Well, I suppose. Very well. I found it on my toilet. I thought it was an odd-feeling seat liner, so when I looked closer, I discovered it was actually a requisition.
That figures.
Seemed to make sense to me, having a requisition for toilet paper sitting on the toilet seat.
Shame you were not short of toilet paper at the time, sir.
Do we need to take a break?
Well, this is running longer than most of our episodes. Do we need an intermission?
Great idea. Now, how can I sell cheap popcorn for double the price to the people in the audience?
I gotta go use the little acting engineer's room, if you know what I mean.
Carbon-based life forms. Always having to stop for this or that.
Yeah. All this talk about toilet paper has me thinking I need to hit the head.
Or the other.
Let's go out to the lobby and have some stuff to eat. Right here in the lobby, right here in the theater lobby now, there are all sorts of treats created especially to go with this motion picture.
That's right, Fleshies. Stuff your food hall full of the Gorgon Chronicles special popcorn. Now with no butter topping added at all.
And by that, we mean it is extra healthy and minus all that fat and cancer-causing chemicals often found in movie popcorn.
And if you love health food, you will surely enjoy our next...
That's right, they are locally sourced and, free-range rats.
I catch them in the ship's sewer system myself.
Stop helping. Delicious, nutritious, and not messy.
Well, not as messy as catching them was, anyhow.
So get out of your seat.
And stop by the lobby.
Food, light years beyond belief. Belief.
I can't believe it.
See.
Tired of paying rent? We got you covered. Out of food? We got some of that too. Need an education? You will learn something in the UGG. Like fighting big green aliens? We've got what you crave. Want to explore strange new worlds and blow stuff up? Then you deserve a career in the United Gethronian Galaxy Space Navy. It's not an adventure. It's a job with really crappy pay. Plus, free toaster oven with each enlistment.
Hello, my baby, hello, my honey, hello, darkness, my old friend. Darkness, darkness, be my blanket, take my head and let me sleep. Tusk.
Much better.
I didn't sell half as much popcorn as I thought I would.
It might have helped if you'd put some butter flavoring on top.
Nah, too expensive.
So, Groso, what is that second piece of paper on your chair?
I didn't put that there. I think...
Looks like the letterhead from the Admiralty. What does it say?
Oh, yes. Office of the Admiralty, blah, blah, blah. From Admiral Valquez, blah, blah, blah. And I have given you plenty of notice for this inspection, so I expect everything to be perfect.
See what happens when I have to come up here and beg for the materials we all need so desperately?
I don't see much of anything. The lights have gone out. Go fix it, Smitty.
What's the point?
Before the Admiral arrives and has us all walk the plank? Or some such punishment that Admirals dish out? Whatever that might be.
Excuse me, sir, but when might we expect her broomstick? I mean her shuttle.
Oh, this is not too bad. You've got till 1400 hours on Tuesday.
Today is Tuesday.
Oh, rot.
Language.
Corco, go get the ship's stores in order. And by that, I mean have everything we have ready to be inspected. Ready, and...
Yes, sir?
And have everything else safely hidden away.
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir.
And you, Mr. Whitson, make sure the flight deck is cleaned up, too. That party last Friday, what I can remember of it, was great. But I bet it was messy. Clean it up.
What? All of it? I mean, couldn't I hide some of it away like Corco, sir?
Pi Squared, go give Smitty a hand with fixing all those leaks. Meanwhile, I will be overseeing operations. From right where I am already. Sitting. Now get to work.
See what I mean? The commander is a bit strange for favoring the toilet paper over the shielding we obviously need so much. I spend a lot of time in the hangar where my fighter is stored. There are others. Most of them are in storage. At least I hope Corco hasn't made them vanish too. I can only fly one ship at a time. Currently, I'm the only fighter pilot assigned to this ship. Actually, the only pilot of any sort assigned to this ship. This fighter is mine. I'll stick a photo of it in with the letter. In case you didn't know, the Clarksville is part of the Admiralty's glorious experiment. They learned that making a bunch of cheap ships was a lot more effective than building one expensive ship when it comes to getting results. So when the war started, they decided to go whole hog. They made tons of ships which had just enough in them to make it appear if they had a functional fleet. Then they parked them in orbit around planets they never expected to be attacked anyhow. Thousands of ships with nothing inside but skeleton crews. Sure, they can move around and look impressive, but that's just about it. While I, of course, have the greatest respect for my elders, the Admiralty are, well, they're really a bit too old to be doing this job. The ones I've met so far have been more than a little forgetful, too. So, after a time, crews took to making use of all that unused space in their ships by stringing up wires and hanging blankets, or more commonly bed sheets, to make walls or dividers. That's how it became known as the bedsheet fleet. Now, the Clarksville here was one of the earlier ships, so we have some real corridors and 2 landing bays.
Mr. Whitson, we are under attack. So glad you're in the landing bay already. Please repel this scout ship before it causes a problem with the arrival of the Admiral.
Things are looking a bit more grim here. Looks like I may have picked an interesting day to write home about after all. Permission to launch, Commander.
Just get out there before you're too late again, Mr. Whitson.
Oh, grot. Frigna Zarkwall.
You are too late again, Mr. Whitson.
Oh, grot.
Mr. Whitson, the Admiral will be here any moment.
You want me to try and put out the fire and hide this wreck?
What? No. You need to go get into your dress uniform.
But the wreck is still on fire, sir.
Well, with any luck, she won't notice it. Wait, remind me. Isn't Admiral Valquez the blind Admiral?
I don't think she's blind. You must be thinking of Admiral Dunsel, the one who's always blind, stinking drunk.
Maybe I can use this to show how effective a fighting force we are. Yes, that's the ticket. Good job, Mr. Whitson. Now go get that uniform.
Too late. Here comes the Admiral's shuttle.
Quick, start the band tape to welcome the Admiral on board, Mr. Whitson. Get it playing now, Mr. Whitson.
Sorry, sir. The fire has burnt the 8-track tape.
She missed the landing zone. Is she the blind Admiral or the drunk Admiral?
Now, Valquez, think, man. Why are they staring at me like that? What could they want? They must be waiting for me to say something. Stall for time and say whatever comes into your mind. Heidi-ho.
Heidi-ho, sir?
Ho?
That seems to have confused them for the moment. Now think, what am I doing here? How did I get here? Oh, I have a packet of sealed orders in my hand. Best that I quickly hand them over. Here. The war is not going well, Commander. Here are your,
Sir, that's a robot.
And what a forward-thinking modern space navy we have too, where robot can rise through the ranks so quickly and command a carrier like this.
It's the robot. It doesn't have a rank, sir. It just has a serial number.
And that is all any of us should give. Serial number, and rank, and...
Name?
I know my name, and yours too, Commander Gorgon. Now take your orders and see that they're carried out to the ladder.
I think I should take those.
And that would be because?
He is Commander Gorgon.
And a fine commanding officer you have. Commander Gorgon, I salute you. Say, that is a mighty fine barbecue you got going there. Are we having a luau later?
No, actually, it's a crashed
Of
Valerian...
course we are holding a barbecue in your honor, but later this evening. First, perhaps the Admiral would like to go on a little tour of our efficient ship.
What are you up to this time, Corko? She was about to leave.
Never you mind. Right this way. I think you will be impressed with what we have done on the lower decks. Do follow me this way.
Here. You know what to do.
Do? With a broom?
Yes. I mean, no. No flying it around, that is. Corko is heading for the lower decks. So get to the upper decks and start cleaning. With the broom. So, did you get everything tidied up?
Well, actually, no, sir.
No? Why not? Didn't Corko slow the Admiral down enough?
Well, you see, sir, I went looking for things to tidy up, but all the decks seem spotless, and there are pictures of the Emperor about every 20 feet, with some rather festive and patriotic-looking bunting surrounding each picture. There was even one of them on the door to my quarters.
Did you check Corko's stores?
Yeah, that's the other odd thing.
Odd funny? Or odd strange?
Odd strange, sir. I checked in there first, figuring I'd need to hide tons of crates under some old blankets or something, but the place looked completely, well, you know.
Legitimate?
I was gonna go with above board, but that's a good choice of words, too. And I stopped by the landing bay.
Is the fire out?
No, but Pi Squared seems to have cleaned it up a bit.
Cleaned up a spaceship crash fire?
It's still on fire, but now it looks more like a festive barbecue.
Yes, I see what you mean. Odd, strange indeed. What? What are you doing?
There. All done.
And here we are.
And judging by that sound, just in time.
And here we are, Admiral Valquez. The bridge.
Yes, I can see that.
I sincerely doubt that.
What was that?
Oh, I think he was saying that such an historic visit should be remembered for all time. Whitson, this would be a great moment to use that new holo camera I gave you last week.
You didn't give it to me. I had to pay for it.
What?
Just run and fetch the camera quickly, so we can record this most historic moment for posterity.
Oh, hang on. I'll go get my new holographic camera.
While we are waiting, I was wondering if I might impose upon you for one more indulgence, Your Admiralty, sir. If it would not be asking too much, could I get you to autograph this?
Well, I don't generally do that sort of thing.
It's not for me, you understand. It's for my sister. My poor, sick sister at home. It would mean ever so much to her.
Oh dear, what has she got?
Everything, most likely.
She has a bad case of...
Oh yes, what is your poor sister suffering from?
The heebie-jeebie flu. Just sign here, Admiral.
The what flu?
That sounds dreadful. Dreadful, I say. Those heebie-jibbians just give me
The willies, sir?
No, that's not quite it.
Goosebumps, sir?
No, I can't put my finger on it right now. But that just sounds like a dreadful affliction. Who do I make it out to?
Just sign your name, Your Admiralty.
That way, it'll have more resale value later.
And sign here, too. It's for my brother. He is so young, and he has a really bad case of the heebie-jeebie flu as well.
Oh, very well.
What is she up to, Mr. Whitson, and where is your camera?
Well, sir, that's a complicated story. The door to my cabin appears to have been welded shut.
And initial here and here, if you would, sir.
You must admit, it is amazing to watch how her mind works.
The mind boggles.
Now, if we could all gather in front of the wonderful image of our beloved Emperor, we can capture this historic moment for all time. Here, Pi Squared, you can take the picture.
Hey, that's my camera.
Well, I am really not very fond of having my picture taken.
But your Admiralty, your visit is one of the highlights of our rather extended tour of duty. And my brother and sister, oh, how it will brighten their cough-filled days as they recover. To be able not only to have your autograph, but an image of all of us here together at this critical time in the war.
Well, when you put it that way.
Just stand here in the center in front of us, as you are by far the most important part of the picture. The most important part, Pi Squared.
Do you have something in your eye, Corpo?
Just be sure to get all of us in the image. We want to show not only our smiling faces, but all the way down to the floor. You get me, Pi Squared?
Why in the galaxies would you want to show the floor in this picture?
Yes, why indeed?
Prying minds want to know.
Well, you see,
Yes, do go on, Corco.
You see, when I was a child, there was a picture of the Emperor Doodah the Unfortunate. You know the one.
The unfinished portrait?
That's the one. The artist had only gotten down to the Emperor's neck before he and the Emperor were assassinated.
I recall that painting now, so that's why there was all that white at the bottom.
Well, that must be how those little red spots got all over the painting.
And when I was just a little child...
And I always thought those were just freckles on his face.
As I was saying, as a child, those white, unfinished areas I thought of as clouds made me think of him not as Emperor Doodah the Unfortunate, but more as a god looking down from the clouds at us. And so we need to show the floor so that future generations might not look at this image and see Pi Squared's clumsy thumb in the way of the lens and think that we too are gods looking down from on high. We must remind all who look at this image that we are but men. Some of us are great men, like you, Admiral, but men still the same, with their feet planted firmly on the ground.
The deck is made of metal.
And we're not really on the ground. We are in deep space, and that's about as far as we can get from the ground anywhere.
It's the principle of the thing. The principle, you see? Now, everyone smile real pretty for the camera and say, Valerians can burn.
Valerians
can burn.
Oh, I forgot to get those autographs back from you. And do you think I could have that pen that you used to sign them with? It would mean ever so much to my younger, smaller other brother.
And his name would be what? Tiny Tim?
Now, what am I doing here? Think, man, think. All these buffoons are staring at you, and your dessert. Say something to stall for time. Maybe one of them will give you a clue. Well, I must say, that was a mighty fine barbecue. Though, the meat tastes a bit funny. There, that should stall them for a bit. That must have been the wrong thing to say. What was it that I just said? What am I doing here? Why is this landing bay on fire? Why do I have indigestion? And why is everyone still staring at me? I better say something else. Quite a fire you got going here.
Indeed. It was quite something. Well, it has been a visit, and we hate to see you leave.
Good work. Keep up the good fight. Stiff upper lip and all that rot.
Okay, Corco.
Okay, what?
What was this all about? And don't give me some sad story about your many brothers and sisters.
You don't have any sisters.
Well, gentlemen, and I use that word loosely, I saw an opportunity and I went for it.
Well, that's not out of the ordinary for you. Just get to the good part. What were you up to?
Earlier, we were debating how our limited budget could be stretched to include both toilet paper
Which we really need.
and radiation shielding.
Which we really need.
Let her finish, please.
Thank you, Commander. So, when the Admiral arrived, I saw the opportunity to get her to sign and initial a few requests for supplies.
Like my radiation shielding?
Yes, and the toilet paper as well.
And?
And she signed for a few more items, some blankets and other items that seem to have gone missing from the ship's stores.
I see. And what happens when her office gets the bill and she finds out that you scammed her into it?
Well, sir, that's the best part.
And this is the best part. Corco always seems to have worked out all the angles, even if she seems to be doing things on the spur of the moment. Not a person you would ever want to play cards with should she come over to visit.
You see, I sent that picture off to Stars and Comets News, along with a short article I wrote. It is certain to get featured, and if you notice, I made very sure that the Admiral was holding those orders in her hand when the picture was taken. Admiral Valquez strikes me as the sort of person, when she is thinking straight, who won't want her reputation to be tarnished by scandal. Or at least, her well-paid staff won't want her image dragged into a scandal. Her staff will just pay to hide the mistake and hush the whole thing up.
I do believe you are right, Corco.
Well, the Admiral sure seemed to like the dinner.
Which brings me to my next question. What sort of meat did we just enjoy?
Oh, I find that question to be in very bad taste, sir.
Bad taste indeed. Don't you have some work to do in the stores? Making room for all those new blankets or something?
Oh, right you are, sir. Right away.
And about that fire, Mr. Whitson. Well, once the fire is out, Smitty, please fix that pipe.
Here we go again.
And so that's it. Pretty typical of an average day, although generally less sewage-filled. Life here is always surprising. Oh, that's nice of you, Pi Squared.
Nice? I was ordered to weld this earlier. Now I am ordered to unweld this.
Ordered? Ordered by who?
There. All done. You can get back in now. Well, you know, Corco had to hide all this stuff someplace.
Corco!
Oh, and she wants you to help me move all this stuff back to the stores.
Corco!
Well, good news.
Oh, Corco got away with her scheme?
No, the studio just sent a message, and they're talking sequel.
Well, that is good news, sir.
Depends on your point of view.
So, Mr. Whitson, about that script you wrote?
Which one?
For the movie.
Still, which one?
The one we didn't make?
Still, which one?
Well, all of them then.
You threw them out the airlock.
I believe they're still orbiting the ship. Go get them.
But,
Am I not making myself clear, Mr. Whitson? Retrieve those pages. My sequel awaits.
Give my regards to the Autopilot.
I'm gonna step outside now, and I may be some time.
I would be perfect in your musical.
I think Grosso's probably gonna go with that first movie script I wrote. The action-packed one. That is, if I can figure out which pages go with which script.
In dry dock Saturn I was made, far away, I wish that's where I could have stayed. I'm bound for interstellar, fly around the universe, far away, empty space is such a curse. I'm bound for interstellar. The first time I went underway,
well,
far
we'll
away,
let you know.
far away, I didn't feel at all okay. I'm bound for interstellar. Fly around the universe, far away, empty space is such a curse. I'm bound for interstellar. As I left dock one morning fair away, the crew was what I couldn't bear. I'm bound for interstellar. Fly around the universe, far away, empty space is such a curse. I'm bound for interstellar. My first trip I was at a loss, far away,